PG.
We have a true seasonal day on the way for tomorrow, but even warmer temperatures for Thursday. I'll talk about the potential impacts coming up next.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Lily Simmons. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, protesters gathered in Lansing today to voice their opposition to data centers. We've got the details from Michigan's capital. And a Marquette musician is giving his band's music a new lease on life and honoring the memory of some of his late bandmates. Our Andrew Hans has a special report. Plus, St. Vincent de Paul is making spirits bright for hundreds of families this Christmas. We'll show you what volunteers did today for kids in need. Your 19 News at 11 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
And a first look at your forecast, we are making that slow climb back to seasonal temperatures, and we'll even get above that. So it's a really nice change, and we started that climb off with today finally above average, 32 degrees. That's a solid freezing. The average though is 26, so that is above average. We'll continue that trend for tomorrow for most of us, especially down to Iron Mountain, Escanaba, and Menominee, where you have those better chances of seeing some sunshine. And for your entire day, you might have a few flurries to start off your morning, but the windshield wipers should take care of that. And I'll talk about the warmer temperatures for Thursday and the potential ice on the way in just a few.
This morning, a potential bomb threat was reported at Tacamanon area schools. This afternoon, the school announced that a lockdown was in effect with no one allowed to enter or exit the facility. According to the school district, a note stating, "I have a bomb," was found in a high school classroom. Police interviewed students who had been in the room throughout the day and searched their lockers. The Michigan State Police also brought in a K-9 unit to search for a bomb, but nothing was found. The school's resource officer is now investigating who could be responsible for writing the note. A man from Canada has been arraigned on multiple charges after he was arrested for possession of a stolen commercial vehicle. On December 12th, a state police motor carrier officer spotted a semi-truck towing a trailer with commercial vehicle violations. An investigation revealed that the truck had been stolen from Ontario and the VIN number had been altered to conceal its identity. The truck and trailer were seized, and driver Yuvraj Singh was arraigned on charges of receiving and concealing a motor vehicle fraud, and an invalid license plate. He was given a personal recognizance bond with conditions including a GPS tether and the surrender of his passport. At Michigan's capital today, protesters pushed back against proposed data centers across the state. Demonstrators say the projects threaten local communities, while state leaders debate whether public dollars and fast-track approvals should be used to support them. Our Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy has the story.
A growing crowd gathered outside the Michigan Capitol today, calling on lawmakers and the governor to slow or stop the expansion of large-scale data centers across the state.
And our lands, our water, our people are not for sale.
Protesters say the developments could strain energy resources and shift the cost onto residents while endangering the Great Lakes. Speakers framed the issue as one of accountability, warning elected leaders against prioritizing corporate interests over community concerns.
Do not let this be your Flint. Do not let this be your legacy.
Inside of the Capitol, lawmakers are also weighing how much public funding should be tied to data center development. House Speaker Matt Hall says he's not opposed to repealing some of the tax incentives for data centers that choose to locate here. But after conversations with the governor, they chose to retain funding for the U of M Los Alamos data center.
We could have cut that through the work project process, but after feedback from the administration and from our members, we declined to do that.
Back outside, organizers said the rally was meant to show unity and to send a warning.
Do not mess with our communities. Do not mess with our people. You will not win.
For now, protesters say they plan to keep pressure on lawmakers as data center proposals continue moving through local and state review. From Michigan's capital, Sophia Murphy, WZMQ 19 News.
In Washington this morning, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and Secretary of State Marco Rubio met with congressional members to discuss the administration's operations in the Caribbean. As our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp reports, it's left some senators with more questions than answers.
So we're proud of what we're doing, able to lay it out very directly to these senators.
Secretaries Pete Hegseth and Marco Rubio maintain the goal in the Caribbean is a counter-drug mission,
which is focused on dismantling the infrastructure of these terrorist organizations that are operating in our hemisphere, undermining the security of Americans, killing Americans, poisoning Americans.
For months, U.S. service members have issued strikes on alleged drug-carrying boats in the Caribbean. Members have wanted to get more clarity on the justification and end goal in this. The secretaries say they'll let the House and Senate Armed Services Committees see the unedited video of a highly scrutinized September 2nd attack, which some reports claim there was an additional strike targeting survivors of a first strike. The secretaries did not show that video in the briefing.
The administration came to this briefing empty-handed, and if they can't be transparent on this, how can you trust their transparency on all the other issues swirling about in the Caribbean?
Members shared mixed conclusions on what they took away from the briefing.
This is exquisite intelligence that supports these actions. It is certainly appropriate and it's necessary to protect the United States and our interests.
Found the legal explanations and the strategic explanations incoherent.
There's no doubt in my mind that we have the legal authority to blow up these boats, interdict these boats, but here's my concern. You got 15% of the Navy pointed at this guy. If he's still standing when this is over, this is a fatal, major mistake to our standing in the world. If after all this, Maduro is still in power, that's the worst possible signal you could send to Russia, China, Iran.
In Washington, Rachel Knapp, WZMQ 19 News.
School children could soon see more milk options in the cafeteria. Today in Washington, Congress sent legislation to the president that would allow more whole and reduced fat milk options in schools. Our D.C. correspondent Brendan Scanlon breaks down the Whole Milk for Healthy Kids Act.
This morning on Capitol Hill, a toast to
good tasting whole milk.
A toast years in the making for House Agriculture Committee Chairman Glenn Thompson and the dairy industry.
You have to be persistent. You have to have the patience and to be able to push forward with an issue.
Over the last 15 years, we've been pushing for some common sense and science-based research to be able to get milk back into schools. We know what it does.
On Tuesday, the House passed Thompson's Whole Milk for Healthy Kids Act.
In a very, very strong bipartisan way.
If signed by the president, it would restore whole and reduced fat flavored and unflavored milk options to school cafeterias. For over a decade, school milk options have been limited to only non-fat and 1%.
It means our kids are going to get more calcium, more vitamin D, they'll have better bone health, and they'll have lower risk of diabetes and cardiovascular disease. And that's the science, plain and simple, and it's about time that our federal laws caught up to it.
Democrats and Republicans are in agreement. Whole milk provides much more than a nutritional boost for kids.
Dairy farmers really are the heart and soul of rural upstate New York, and when they're thriving, our communities are strong.
Thompson says over the years, the total economic impact of the U.S. dairy industry has fallen, now just under $800 billion annually.
The passage of this act yesterday, I am confident we're going to see the dairy industry now go back up over $1 trillion annually of economic impact.
The bill also has the support of several plant-based food groups who say it gives schools participating in the National School Lunch Program more flexibility to serve plant-based milks they say are nutritionally equivalent to dairy milk. Reporting in Washington, Brendan Scanlon, WZMQ 19 News.
Your first warning weather forecast is after the break, plus the story of a Marquette musician and how he's honoring his late bandmates years after their passing. And St. Vincent de Paul is making spirits bright this holiday season. We'll take you to an event where volunteers made Christmas special for hundreds of local children. That's next.
19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
At Hardee's, we're so proud of our hand-breaded chicken tenders. We want you to try them free every Tuesday.
3 free.
Join My Rewards, and when you buy 3, you get 3 free every single Tuesday, only at Hardee's.
Closed captioning sponsored by Range Bank of Upper Michigan.
We are here around the clock in all weather. Your home away from home in medical crisis. We've seen it all, weddings through holidays. We don't have all the answers, but we're always present. It isn't for the thank you. We do it for our guests like Tom, Pam, and Nora. And your support brings warmth and comfort to families in need. Please donate today and help us make it home.
At LJ Aesthetic Studio in Manistee, we believe that beauty is more than just skin deep. Improve your physical appearance, but also boost your confidence and well-being. We use high-quality products and the latest techniques to provide outstanding results. Our goal is to create a welcoming and inclusive space where you can relax, unwind, and feel your best self. Are you ready? LJ Aesthetic Studio in Manistee. Be your best you.
Pure Outdoor is the first program dedicated to increasingly popular outdoor and eco sports. Individual and adventurous. Journey to the world's most exotic, breathtaking locations. Pure Outdoor.
For your inner child and your grown-up cravings, the new grilled cheese bacon burger. Angus beef, bacon, and Swiss and American cheese melting on our soft buttery sourdough. And our new grilled cheese breakfast sandwich with sausage or bacon and a fried egg. Only at Hardee's.
Now, WZMQ TV19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Kelly Rowland.
Welcome back. We know we finally saw an above average temperature for today. The average high this time of the year is 26, and even in the last 19 days hasn't changed all that much. Maybe it was 27 or 28, but we went 19 consecutive days with below average. Today ended that streak. We were, last time we saw an above average temperature was the day before Thanksgiving. So since Thanksgiving, it has been a plummet into those colder temperatures, and we've stayed well below that. But there's a slight change for the better. We see above average temperatures, already starting to see that, and with that, you know, the snow on the ground is going to melt, and then with the potential for some rain even on the way, we do have a lakeshore flood advisory for some of us here, mainly the central or eastern portions of the Upper Peninsula. That's for rising water levels in these areas, so if you're in low-lying, poor drainage, flood-prone areas, watch out for that. And up to Houghton County, the majority of your morning tomorrow, we could see some wind gusts, but that'll taper off hopefully by that morning commute, but around 45 miles per hour is very possible there. So just watch out. That's really the main impacts for tomorrow morning's commute. You might have a light snowflake, but we can handle that. The cloud cover moves in and out. Not much on the way of precipitation for Wednesday. And then when we get to Thursday, there are some changes that we have to deal with, and the atmosphere in turn is confused. You see all the different colors that's going on. There's lots of conflicting temperatures, and that's because of a low pressure system with a warm front ahead of a cold front. So things are going to get warmer before they get colder, and there's going to be a big jump, a big drop in those temperatures, and that's never really good. You don't ever like those sudden changes, but at least we know that ahead of time and we're kind of aware of what's going on. But this is going to make icy conditions, some freezing rain, some sleet. Anytime you see this pink on your futurecast, that is going to be slick roads for most part. And also when you get warmer temperatures, anything that was in the middle of melting, and then as soon as you get to that 32 or below freezing for the temperature, it's just going to refreeze. So then there's more ice to deal with for the road. So the pink here, yes, it doesn't look like a lot, but this is enough for a little potential glazing of ice on the roadways for now until Thursday morning. And this is enough for even the small light cars to slide around. And it's something that you need to be aware of to maybe account for a few extra minutes when you leave the door Wednesday evening or Thursday morning, because even though things may look okay, the black ice can be so thin it's essentially hidden. It's hard to see. It also obviously increases the risk of accident if you're still driving fast. So make sure to slow down, avoid any sudden movements. You don't want to brake too fast, speed up too fast, turn too fast, and also don't use cruise control. There's not much you can do to save from the slipping, but there are some things you can actively choose to do, which would just be slow down. That's the main concern for your commutes for Wednesday night, Thursday morning. It's going to get much colder for Friday, so don't get too comfortable with those warmer temperatures for Thursday, and things start to even back out with a few snow showers to start off your weekend.
Thanks, Kelly. A Marquette-based musician recently brought an old project back to life. WZMQ's Andrew Hand spoke with the local guitarist Mike Walker to discuss his former band's story and how he's revisiting it after more than 20 years as the band's only remaining member.
If you're a music collector like myself, you may have seen this record floating around the local section in Marquette's various music shops. This was Bogue, an energetic Detroit-based danceable rock collective who in its peak of the early 2000s was made up of Dan Meister, Matt Blake, and Marquette native Mike Walker. Originally recorded as a demo in 2002, How'd You Feel About Talking to Me was their shot at making it big in the D.
We treated our band like it was a job. We practiced 40 hours a week, you know.
And it paid off.
Yeah, no, we went in hot, man. I mean, we treated it like it was a gig. We went in, set up, and just knocked it out.
After recording the 14-song record over a 2-day period with only about 40 minutes of tape, the band struggled to find a signing label, leading to separate projects apart from each other with the eventual intent to find someone who'd take them in. But within that time, tragedy struck.
When you're in a band that the sole focus is creating a party atmosphere, you kind of fall prey to some of the party elements.
In January of 2005, Meister, the band's lead vocalist, took his own life at 34 years old after a struggle with opioids.
So at that point, there was no, it didn't even occur to me that you could still consider putting the record out. It was just done. You know, the conversation was over.
And just 3 years after, Blake died of a heart attack at only 43.
He literally had a heart attack while playing his drums and died. So I'm the only guy left alive that was playing on that record. Like, that depression was pretty all-consuming. I couldn't put it on. I couldn't listen to it. You know, it was just too much.
In the years following, Walker continued making music along with finding sobriety. Now, over 20 years down the road, in mutual agreement with both Meister and Blake's families, Mike returned to Jim Diamond, the record's original engineer, to remaster the Bogue record and finally give it the attention it deserved, releasing the fresh record this past summer.
I mean, I still played in bands, but I didn't kind of give it the same energy that I had been, that I was accustomed to. And I started to think, why is it sitting in my desk drawer? Well, that's not the only reason that those tapes exist. It wasn't just to sit there and collect dust for my depression. And part of my process is learning to like accept that I am proud of this, and I am. You know, it's a great record. Let's let somebody else hear it.
How'd You Feel About Talking to Me can be found at Jim's Music, Uptone, and The Emporium, or on digital platforms like Spotify or Bandcamp. Lily, back to you.
Thank you, Andrew. Inside St. Michael's Catholic Church in Marquette, the spirit of giving was on full display today as St. Vincent de Paul hosted its annual Christmas giveaway. Our John Truitt has the story of amazing generosity.
Families were invited to shop free of charge for toys, clothing, and gifts, giving parents the chance to provide for their children during a challenging time of year.
We provide toys free of charge for those of our friends who are in need, who can't afford it, so that we can ensure that all our children in the community have presents under the tree.
The event was made possible through donations from Toys for Tots, local businesses, and through contributions from local community members. Organizers say more than 250 families participated, shopping for over 230 children.
You know, the generosity it's overwhelming. I mean, we opened a box and somebody had given us $100 in gift cards so we could go purchase the toys that we need, because oftentimes people like to buy for young kids, but not always those middle-aged children.
With prices of everything continuing to soar, the good people at Toys for Tots need to be savvy shoppers when choosing what to purchase for the holiday giveaway.
The items I usually shop for, which are mainly older children and stuff, those items went up between $5 and $10 more than they were from last year.
Everything you see here was purchased locally, making sure the funds stay within our community. Organizers say the generosity of our community continues to make the season brighter for those who need it most.
All the toys, all the monetary donations stay in Marquette County, and then when I have to go shop for toys, I shop locally, so then all the money in that pay it forward thing stays all locally in the county.
In Marquette, John Truitt, WZMQ 19 News.
Coming up next on your 19 News, Mike Ludlum joins us live in the studio with the latest in UP and Michigan sports, including highlights from tonight's basketball game between Westwood and Marquette. Stay with us.
Winter is here. Fox Marquette Chevrolet gets you there. Lease a 2026 Chevrolet Equinox for $398 a month or choose 0% APR for 36 months. Together, let's drive. Fox Marquette Chevrolet. Experience the difference.
Next, Kelly.
2 hours later.
It's the stars of the SpongeBob movie. Mark Hamill and Tom Kenny. How is this one different?
This is like a big story. They go to the underworld.
Where no sponge has gone before.
Where no sponge has gone before. Plus their co-star, Ice Spice. Tomorrow's gonna be the best day ever.
The Kelly Clarkson Show, tomorrow at 5 on WZMQ CBS.
We know you're wondering, what's Jack's crew up to now? Our brand new barbecue menu is smoking, with plates all week and big platters on the weekend. Every Friday night, dive into the Drunken Fisherman, featuring unique fish dishes and sauces you won't find anywhere else. Ready for hunting camp? 4 racks of our award-winning ribs. Plus, order ahead at our take and bake favorites: lasagna, chicken pot pie, brisket, a fresh soup and salad bar, perfect as a meal or an add-on, and more. Jack's Restaurant on Main Street in Rapid River.
Hard Rock is a name built to last. Michigan knows something about that. The Hard Rock Bet Casino app, that's built on trust too. So what you see when you sign up is actually what you get.
Don't believe it? Try the app yourself. If you're not up after 24 hours playing slots, then you get up to $1,000 back to play again.
Wants to get 200 bonus spins to play Huff and More Puff. Wins paid in cash. No catch.
Hard Rock Bet Casino is here, Michigan. Roll with us.
Download the Hard Rock Bet Casino app today.
Winter is here. Fox Marquette Chevrolet gets you there. Lease a 2026 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 for $389 a month or choose 0% APR for 36 months. Together, let's drive. Fox Marquette Chevrolet. Experience the difference.
Good evening, everyone. The Westwood Patriots boys basketball team is trying to stay going well. Marquette would like to change that, though, and those two teams met at the Barb Krill Gymnasium in Marquette in another intense March-esque contest. And this one didn't take long to get exciting for the fans in the stands. Pretty good crowd as well. First quarter, Ethan Marta deflects a pass. Colton Markham gets the control up to Marta for the layup. We are tied at 2. Seconds later, Ford Richardson to Connor Firestein, and he's going to put it inside to Pavel McCutcheon for the left-hander off the glass for 2 Marquette. A minute or so later, Ford Richardson with the steal from Marta goes the distance for 2. Marquette led 36-30 at the half and 51-38 after 3 quarters to the 4th. Ethan Martha sees a double team approaching, and Marta finds Jacob Riddle for 3. Westwood now trails 51-41. Marta made 2 baskets to make it 51-45. However, Brody Clements found Firestein for the turnaround J. 55-45 Sentinels, less than 5 minutes remaining. Firestein had 14. Under 3 minutes left to Marta, and the Michigan Tech recruit will hit the leaner off the window plus the foul, and the Marquette lead continues to dwindle. Jump to under a minute to go. Patriots down 4. Marquette misses a couple of short shots. Caden Balzerini with the rebound to Marta. Ahead to Jacob Riddle to the lane. He spots AJ Pizziola for the 3, and big bounce. Nice touch off the glass. Westwood trails by 1. Couldn't locate Pizziola for the hero cutaway. The press, ball, all of a sudden Marta scores. It's 65-64 Westwood with less than 30 seconds to go. Marta had 31 points. Balzerini made 2 free throws with less than 2 seconds to go. And Westwood with an outstanding comeback win, 68-64. A total of 4 Patriots scored in double figures. Let's go to Iron County, where Forest Park in white taking on Menominee, and a good start for the Maroons as Landon Dagno would hit that one to make it 2-0. On the other end, Lyle Allen, who is the coach of Lyle Price, the son of Jason Price. It's the 3. We're even at 3. Trojans tied the score a short time later. Dax Hoopke with the drive in the left hand off the window. We're even at 5. Menominee strikes back quickly. Darren Butler was on a mission tonight. He will hit the jumper here. Forest Park will get its first lead when Lyle Price, the freshman, buries another triple, 8-7 Trojans. But Butler could not be contained, let alone stopped. Knocking down a three-pointer from the quarter, he had 31 points in the first half and 45 for the game. Menominee wins going away, 84-52. Both teams are battling illness. To the scoreboard, Goodman Penbine over Kearney NATO, 52-39. Dollar Bay, 36 cents better than Lakeland and Hubble, 70-34. Was Bessemer 56, Ewan-Trail Creek 38. Nathan Klein had 25 for Stevenson in the 6-point win over North Dickinson, 58-52. Kingsford rolls past West Iron County, 75-31. Hancock in the win column, 37-20, taking care of Chassell. Brimley 58, Newberry 55. It was Jeffers 55 and Wakefield Marinesco 52. Pickford, no trouble at all with Angadai. Munising wins by 11 at Rapid River, 51-40. Mid-Peninsula tops Big Bay the next, 71-40. Petoskey over the Sioux, 83-56. And Rudyard, 10 better than St. Ignace, 66-56. To girls basketball, Gladstone and Marquette, the second game of a doubleheader. And Kylie Smith to Addison Kramer, and Marquette is on the board early. For Gladstone, Malia Quigley will skip a pass over to Eva Panconian for 3, and the Braves are trailing by 1 at 6-5. Next, Panconian will connect with Addie Blowers behind the arc, and swish goes that one. The triple brought the Braves within 9-8. Marquette gets the next bucket. Addison Kramer inside to Haley Taylor. Off the window, and a nice bounce off the rim, 11-8 Sentinels. Then Kramer will drive baseline, skips it to Lexi Curran in the corner for 3. Marquette up 14-8. Lily Johnson took a while before she found the range tonight. She hits the triple try coming up here. Sentinels up 14-11 after 8 minutes, but Johnson ended up with 26, and the Braves pulled away from a halftime tie to drop the Sentinels 51-36. Back to the numbers, Goodman Penbine 4 better than Kearney Natal, 37-33. Brimley down Sheboygan, 36-25. Was Lakeland Humble 53, Dollar Bay 42. Ewan Trout Creek no trouble with Bessemer. Coach Jackie Bessenden gets her 200th win. Battle of Baraga County goes to the Vikings, 39-27 over Lance. Mackinac Island defeats Alcona 45-25. It was Hancock 57, Ontonagon 22, and Wakefield Marinesco takes out Ironwood 75-45. 2 other quick scores: Petoskey 50, the Sioux 34, and Watersmead over Copper Country Christian 43-31. High school hockey, it was Jeffers downing Hancock 6-4. National Hockey League, the Red Wings and the New York Islanders were picking it up in the third period. Detroit trailing 1-0. Axel Sandin Pelika with the goal from Lucas Raymond. That ties the game at 1. Alex DeBrincat will score with a shot assisted by Mo Sider and Lucas Raymond. Red Wings take a 2-1 lead, and they go on to win this one by the count of 3-2. College basketball, the Michigan State men defeated Toledo 92-69, and we will be right back.
We should have a caroling party.
I'm in holiday harmony with the Property Brothers.
The Lord has come. Now layer in some dance moves, and it's like...
Plus heartthrob Norbert. Then music is my favorite gift to give. On the Jennifer Hudson Show.
The Jennifer Hudson Show, tomorrow at 4 on WZMQ CBS. Followed by The Kelly Clarkson Show at 5 and 19 News at 6.
This is our 4th vehicle that we've had done. The quality work, the long-lasting finish on it, it's good on resale, and we've had no rust problems to speak of, and no problems with anything that we've had done at Auto One. My neighbor and other friends that have had it done just said that you won't be disappointed at all. Fine work, good work, lasts a long time, and Artie just supports and backs up his product.
What's bothering Archie?
Politics.
What the Supreme Court says ain't got nothing to do with the law.
How to raise children.
Get out of here!
Door tap. Goldfish.
Come on now, I draw the line on goldfish.
See what's bothering Archie on All in the Family.
Sundays from 8 to 10 on WZMQ Me TV.
I'm Rachel Knapp. Watch my reports live from Washington, only on 19 News.
Tonight's sports is brought to you by the Window Store.
Andersen brand products are #1 in quality, and the Window Store is your local Andersen expert for installation and service of all Andersen windows and doors. From showroom to your home, Andersen Windows and Doors at the Window Store. Andersen is the #1 trusted window and door brand. The Window Store is the Upper Peninsula's clear choice for windows and doors. Now that's a perfect fit. From showroom to your home, Andersen Windows and Doors at the Window Store.
And a final check of your forecast. We are on a roller coaster for these final 5 days before the official start of winter. And before that, we'll get a push of some warmth. It will feel much nicer with temperatures getting to around 40 degrees for Thursday. But with any warming of temperatures, things start to melt. And even for tomorrow, we do have lakeshore flood advisories. That's in that lime green, and a wind advisory, which will cancel out pretty soon for you up to Houghton. But just watch out for that if you're headed out in the overnight. This is your precipitation chances. This accounts for snow and rain, any type of precip for the next 24 hours, and no matter what type it is, we're not going to see much of it for tomorrow. There may be a snowflake to start off your morning, but the majority of these impacts that we're talking about with icing and melting and refreezing waits until Thursday. So tomorrow is going to be another calm day. Again, maybe a flurry, but then Thursday we get warmer temperatures. That's going to bring a wintry mix. We could have some icy roadways, so please be careful because temperatures drop back down and that will freeze anything that is in the middle of melting.
Finally tonight, it's time to break out your ugly Christmas sweaters and maybe even one for your car. Mopar has released a new ugly sweater trail armor, which allows Jeep Wrangler and Gladiator owners to show off their festive spirit while also protecting the side panels of their vehicles. The company says it's commitment-free and takes the brunt of all scrapes and scratches. Depending on the model of your Jeep, the armor could cost you anywhere between $648 and $818. Fun, but a little pricey for me.
That's a little pricey for me too. Programming note, in case you did not know, the Pittsburgh Steelers visit the Detroit Lions on Sunday. That game will be right here on WZMQ TV 19, starting at 4:25 Eastern, 3:25 Central Time.
Sounds great. Thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see you here again at 6/5 Central tomorrow.
For the best pre-owned cars, come to John's Auto Market. If you mess up when I get it right, I swear. For the best pre-owned cars, the best service, and best detailing, come to John's Auto Marquette. I shouldn't have looked at her.
Shop hundreds of Lazy Boys at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Kick back in comfort in an industry-leading recliner. Choose from all fabrics, colors, and sizes with prices